Sure. Like, can we start off with, oh, hi, my name, you
I
just,
hate this. I do not disturb.
mine is, but it's still like ringing in my headphones.
Mm-hmm.
That disturbs it, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's not turning it off though.
Okay. But
Sorry about
what it is, we might look at you like, what are you looking at? But yeah, like it might be that, but then at the same time,
that. Just give me one moment, you all. Alrighty. Sorry about that. It's had a little disturbance. So, so back to the whole relationship thing. So in this day and age, one of the things that I noticed, we were out one day and we was actually talking to some young ladies, and I asked them, remember me, you,
oh yeah, I remember
mom.
we was talking about dudes barking at us.
So I was
Talk about
asking,
unhinged.
yes. So I was asking them some questions about how they felt about young men and their approaches to them. And OMG, it is so crazy how so many young men are not being taught the proper ways to address the young ladies. It's crazy. It is utterly crazy, ridiculous. And there should be a rule of thumb in most households that you do not allow your young man to go out of the house and not know how to properly address a female. Especially since, okay, a lot of times the children are being raised by just the moms. We can't say that for every household. We can only say that it happens a lot. That's all you can say. Um, Sometimes it's just the dads. Sometimes you have both parents in the home. But irregardless, somebody needs to teach these young men how to talk to a woman. And when I say that, I mean that in a way that there should be no bias. You know, don't speak on what my personal feelings are about this, or um, and trying to tell them in a way that you feel is the only way that they will be able to get into a good relationship, because those biases cause hindrance. So let me give you an example. Okay. I've always talked to my sons and I always explain to them that excuse me, you use your environment as a tool to talk to a woman. And an example of that would be, let's say that it's raining outside and you walk up and you're talking to the young lady, I mean, and you feel that this is a young lady you're attracted to. Don't walk up to her and say, "Hey, baby, hey, shorty, yo, check it out." No, heck no.
Please don't.
Completely wipe that crap out of your mind. Anyway, the best approach would be, oh my goodness, if you're the type of person that likes rain, man, I love when Mother Nature, you know, shed these tears or put this rain out here in order to allow these plants to grow. If she says something back, you reciprocate and you say something to that. building and leading into a good conversation. Then it's like, oh, by the way, my name is, and it's with the left hand, not with the right hand. Okay? Let's get that straight. When you're approaching a woman, you're not shaking her hand, you're holding her and you're greeting her, not shaking her hand. She's not a man. So let's not do that. Let's cut that completely out of your memoir. Completely. That one right there may not have been the best approach for somebody, but it's an ideal on what I mean by using your environment. When you use your environment, you tend to get a better response. You're not getting such attitude unless the woman is in a bad mood. If she's already in a bad mood, bro, seriously. And this is one thing that I cannot stand. It's a pet peeve of mine. Stop calling females out of their name just because they don't want to talk to you. Today may have been a bad day. You may see her again, and the next time you see her, she may be more accepting, more willing to talk to you. Everybody has bad days. Do not take
Or,
that as if she's trying to dish you. Take it
or,
as one, you may not be her type. Two, she may be irritated and bothered by something else. And number three, dun, 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 when Mother Nature calls pimping, sometimes you just gotta stay away. Go ahead, add it
or
in there.
maybe that approach was just dead wrong.
But I just said that.
Yeah,
I just said that
cause
may
you
not be
know,
the
like
approach for that, for you.
wrong approach. Cause the
Because you can't,
whole
every woman doesn't accept every approach. But like I said, using your environment is one of the best approaches ever. Seriously. That right there should tell you if she's willing to talk to you or not talk to you. Not sitting there trying to, yo baby, hey, yo, Charlie, check it
no.
out,
See,
Charlie.
look, hold on, no, cause
What?
I can't let this slide. I can't let this slide because you got several different approaches that a lot of dudes take, especially nowadays,
Hmm.
and some I really can't stand.
Hmm.
The cricket. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Why you? Yeah, what you do? What are
It
you
look
doing?
like you plotting and
What are
scheming,
you?
bro.
Okay,
It like you scheming
okay,
up on
we're
some
praying
stuff. Like,
mantis, little
yeah,
cricket. What are you
bro.
doing? Like,
Like this not Friday. Yeah.
and then you got Licolopolis, A shot, A shot,
Mickey and Lift.
bro.
Mickey and Lift wet.
You about
And
to
what
you about to ask me for some chapstick or something, bro? Like,
what if your breath stinking you
man.
licking your lips?
Ooh, and those be the main ones that like to get close too.
Yes, it
Those be the main ones that like to
is.
get close. Mm-hmm.
That's another thing you need to be checking.
The cricket, Nicolopolis.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm good. And don't pretend like you're good, because you only fooling yourself. You're not fooling the woman that you're trying to talk to. Trust and believe that. You're
Nah, cause you
only
got
fooling yourself.
cricket, Nicolopolis, and then you got the one where they'll sit there and they'll be talking to you, but the whole time they're like, "Yeah, I was just thinking about that last time, and that's what I was doing last weekend, and I stay out with so and so, and yo,
and
like,
and
damn, bro,
gentlemen, the average female wants to know that you're going to be attentive to her, not just to her needs or wants or desires, but to her as a person, as a human being, not as a tool or someone just to have sex with. They want to know that you're going to be attentive to them, to their heart's desires. And if you figure that that's just being a simp, then guess what, dog? How about you figure that you're just gonna be lonely for the rest of your life, or you just gonna be chasing for the rest of your life like you some goddamn dog or something? Like seriously, That's what's really going to end up happening. And why put yourself through that when you can actually take yourself on over to YTP's Gentlemen's Club and ask some questions, and I help you out, bro. I help you understand that there is a better way of life and a better way of treating females than what you thought there was. And that's just real. That's just keeping it 100. So take life for what it really is and not for what you want it to be, and you'll end up having a better life and you have more success in talking to a woman. And spoiler alert, it's not really a spoiler alert, but it's an
No
alert.
spoiling.
Gentlemen, fellas, men, lose the temptation. Let me say that again. Maybe that wasn't clear. Lose the temptation. Maybe they didn't hear me. Lose the temptation. You do not have to be tempted to talk to every other female that comes around, and you haven't even gotten the chance to really get to know the one that you're with. Lose the temptation. You don't need that.
One more time for the people in the back. I don't think
You
they
know what
heard
I'm saying?
you.
Lose the temptation. You do not need to talk to every other female that comes in your presence. There is not a necessity for that. There's no need. Another thing, just because a woman makes you angry, it does not mean, are you serious? So if that's the case, why ain't you do that when grandma beat the crap out of you for doing something you weren't supposed to do? Why you didn't do that when mom beat the crap out of you for doing something you weren't supposed to do? Why you didn't do that when your little sister did something that you didn't like and you got angry at her? In other words, the same restraint, the same respect that you have for those females is the same restraint and the same respect that you should have for other females. As a male, it is our job to fix things. As a male, it is our job to guide in the proper mannerisms. It is not our jobs to be the boss of the relationship. What if you're in a situation and let's say the woman knows more about this situation than you do? Dun, 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 dun. Hey, who takes the lead? How do you take the lead for something you don't even know anything about? Like, take for example, a guy who works a lot of hours and a salesman or somebody come to your door and they're asking you about things that go on around the house, not to be nosy, but as a commonality for something that they're actually trying to sell. What you gonna say? Well, in my house, we do this. Lying through your doggone teeth. And for what? Because you want to be the lead for a conversation you don't have no knowledge of. That's just dumb. Dumb, da dum, dum, dum. Real talk. I'm just saying, because there be too many guys out here thinking they know everything about being in the relationship, but yet not realizing that historically men have been stripped of a whole bunch of things that were relevant to a good relationship, and now look where we are. Hey, baby, yo, shawty, you gotta lick your lips and you gotta be being abusive to women for no apparent reason. Like, come on, bro. Real talk. Who does that? Come on. You gotta go and get marital counseling and everything else because you don't know how to treat the woman. Seriously? Seriously. Anyway, so Asking you, Miss PJ, tell me something. Tell me something. In your opinion, what would be the ideal relationship?
Hmm. I know one thing. Well, I think about that from time to time, and every time I think about it, the main key points that I always come down to is because, like, my main love language is quality time.
Mm.
Like, we could be sitting in a room together, we don't even gotta be talking. We could both be doing our own thing, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Or we could be out just chilling, having a good time. Like, yes, I do enjoy engaging in conversations. I love questions. Ask me all the questions. That's cool too. You know what I'm saying? And I will ask questions also. Like
Mm.
that quality time, that bonding moment, get to know each other, all that good stuff. That's great. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, quality time will always be a key component to me. Communication. I just want some freaking communication. And I swear it seems like that is the most rarest component to any relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you
Well,
can send me like 50 messages a day, but you can't, like,
you can't open your mouth when you stand in front of me.
and
Well,
it's not even just that. It's just like all these messages you send in, it's just like random little idle conversation. But you can't actually properly communicate with me. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? Like when we need to have a serious conversation about the relationship and what we calling this, where we at, what we
Mm-hmm.
doing with this, how does this make you feel, how you feel about this, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to know where the boundaries are at, and I'm trying to let you know where my boundaries are at,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to find us a good little middle ground to stand on.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you gotta like give them shaking baby syndrome or something to get the communication out of them. And even then, it just comes out a lot of the times just wacky. And it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, for the 4 years that I've been single, that's been a really important thing for me. That's like the first thing I'm paying attention to. How you communicate, how you approach me, like that is really important. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm even willing to get a benefit of the doubt with the approach. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To me, it really depends on the setting where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And understanding how the approach may come off. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, so it's like, I pay attention to things like that. So quality time, communication, and one thing I cannot stress enough: comfortable intimacy. Everybody just want intimacy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just want to be touched, you know what I'm saying, and felt on and just doing the most 9 days. But to each his own, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But because intimacy is in so much high demand, is rare and hard to find like genuine, comfortable intimacy. Because a lot of people they're like, oh, when he touched me, I just get butterflies and make me all tingly and everything. That's doing too much. Girl, I got anxiety. I don't need butterflies too. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want for just a simple one of these. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or just simple something like this, and I don't feel like don't touch me. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't feel like my heart and my brain is about to dip out and leave me here. You know what I'm saying? Like where it feels like okay, this is okay. This is fine. I don't mind this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is
Mm-hmm.
cool. Like, just some comfortable intimacy and not to feel like, don't touch me.
Right, right.
Your foul intentions disgust me. Back away. Don't touch me.
And
Like,
some of
ugh.
the guys really show those intentions. Like it's like if I don't have sex with her right now, she's not gonna like me anymore. Like, come on, bro. That's not life. That's not reality.
It
That's
ain't
just
going
real.
nowhere.
It's a real stupid way of thinking.
If you were really a decent dude, a decent guy, a decent gentleman, a decent man, decent fellow, whatever you want to call yourself, you don't got to worry about that. It ain't going nowhere.
For real.
But if
Have some confidence,
if
bro.
you just not it, then you gonna feel like that. And if you feel like that, then maybe you need to go on back in the house, go look in the mirror, beep boop, figure that out,
Do some
discuss
self
that with yourself.
preservation.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
Do some real life self preservation and
yeah.
keep it 100 with yourself. Don't lie to yourself.
Because if you feel like you can't get or keep somebody without that, that's not comfortable intimacy. And yes, at some point, sex does become a part of the relationship. I understand that.
But it doesn't become the relationship.
It doesn't. It should not become the relationship.
It never does become.
But
Even
that
if some people seem to use the words as if it is the end all be all to a relationship, it's not.
is not.
It's not because regardless of what you think or how you feel about your intimate interactions with someone, at the end of the day, it still boils down to the level of respect in that relationship, and everyone wants to endure a proper level of respect in their relationship.
And that's
It's just
like the whole.
it's inevitable.
Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. I just keep yawning and won't stop. Oh goodness. Okay. But yeah, that whole thing about, comfortable intimacy, you know what I'm saying? Not every intimate moment has to involve or lead to sex. You have a very intimate moment and it could be the most innocent, intimate moment. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be
Mhm.
a little frisky, but it still does not have to lead to sex. And that's what I'm saying. That's what takes away from it being comfortable, you know?
Mhm.
Because when y'all both have that understanding, yes, we can have intimate moments, but it does not always have to lead to that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Or we can't have intimate moments, I just want that.
Mhm.
Like that's not comfortable intimacy, and that's definitely not what I'm looking for. And then it's like at the same time, if you feel like the second you see that person, that's the first thing on your mind, then maybe that's not the one. Maybe, because you gonna forever feel like you need what's between your legs to attract a partner until you find the one
Oh my
that lets you know
goodness.
that you don't need that at all times to attract them, because they like you for who you are and what else you have to offer as a person and what you bring to their life. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
one of them things up there, one of them things back there in the back of your,
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
yeah,
Mind, body, and soul.
and those processes that go through the frontal lobe, they may want you for some of those things,
Yeah,
They may
it's a
also want
lot
you
more
for,
to a
but
human
these one of these
being.
things right here that's inside your chest, they may want you for one of these.
Mm-hmm.
You find the right one. That does actually happen.
Yeah,
I'm a living
but
witness to that, for real, for
if you
real.
with somebody and you feel like that's all they want you for is what you got going on down there, then maybe that's not the one.
For real. And think about those things. Don't let that pass by. Don't accept any and everything just because you feel like I'm lonely, I need somebody. No. You should never be that lonely and feel like you need someone that bad ever.
And I, me really being, like you said, as a part of the youth, you know what I'm saying? I do understand that it's a very broad variety of its own chaos going on nowadays. I'll
Mhm.
put it that way because there's so much
Mhm.
different things, and there's so many different things that's going on that half the people don't agree with, half of them do, half of them don't
Yeah.
care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just its own chaos in itself. So you have friends with benefits, you got all different type of things going on.
Yeah.
So some
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are just looking to have fun in that way. If that's what you're doing, then you do your thing. You know what I'm
But be
saying?
honest about it. Be honest about it. Be upfront, be forthcoming. You have to let
Right.
people know because not everybody's into what you into, and you
Hmm.
can't force people to be into what you're into. Only
And
thing you'll do is
lying
cause more
is
problems.
pretty much forcing them to be a part of something that they
Hmm.
were not given proper knowledge to make the choice if they wanted to be a part of that or not.
Hmm.
And at the same time, you should also hold yourself to a standard where you are not going to accept anybody who is involving themselves in
Hmm.
different relationships and you don't want to be a part of that.
Yes,
Don't just
indeed.
accept that because you think that person's cute or because you like that person or you feel like you could change that person or heal that person or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, there was a point where you did not know that person at all and you were doing just fine and you felt no
Hmm.
obligation to that person and you still shouldn't even when you're, involved with them.
Hmm.
So hold yourself to a standard where you're not going to allow anybody to put you in a situation like that
Hmm.
and you don't want to be in anything like
Yeah,
that. And don't be the one that's putting other people in that position.
exactly.
Treat people how you want to be treated. And I'm going to say it like this. I'm not just going to say treat people how you want to be treated. I'm going to say this. Treat people how you want to be treated until they show you how they treat you, and then you treat them accordingly. I'll put it like that.
Yes,
Because not
indeed.
everybody is for you, and you not for everybody.
And don't get complacent. Don't get to thinking that it's okay to say to yourself, well, nah, well, it's not that bad. It could be worse. I've seen my friends do worse. I've seen other people do. No, don't. If you feel yourself getting to that point, it's time for you to pull back. But literally, time for you to pull back from from that attempt at a relationship because that's not a relationship. If you're accepting faulty things that will eventually lead to worse things, don't put yourself in that situation. It's
You
not
give them
worth
an
it.
inch, they take them out.
Yeah. And there's too many people getting killed out here. And you got to think about this too. A lot of today's youth, they're into different types of things, just like my daughter stated, is they're into different types of things. Like a lot of them are claiming bisexual, claiming gay, claiming whatever. And all of these things, trust and believe. I'm not saying that I have anything against them, but if this is what you're doing, let people know what you're doing. Don't just try and make it seem like um you're alone and you need to try to transform somebody else into doing what you're doing. No, don't ever feel like that. All it does is causes more problems. Let people know that this is the life that you claim, this is the life that you lead. Let people know and give them that option to decide whether they want to join into that lifestyle or not. You don't make the decision for other people. Make the decisions for you and whomever you're responsible for, meaning like if you have children or you're the guardian of somebody else, make those decisions then. But do not make the decisions for somebody else who you quote unquote call yourself liking. Don't do that. It's not fair. It's not fair at all.
If you like the person enough, you'll give them a choice.
For real. That's real.
You'll
And
give them a choice.
don't like somebody so much that you think that you gotta take them out because you should be the only one with them. That's not like. That's stupid. That's craziness. Unnecessariness. Don't do it. You'll be sitting in prison for the rest of your life and you still won't have them. Or maybe even on death row and you still won't have them. So why go through all of that? Just make it simple. Walk away. Because there's always somebody else out there for you. Simple as that. Well, Ms. PJ, that about wraps it up for me for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's your boy YTP in the building, baby. This will be posted. Please leave all comments, follow, like, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you know the next time we're doing something. Let's make it happen. Mm. Somebody's getting
No, I just took his glasses off. You know, I'm still
sleepy.
adjusting to these classes.
They're new, I know.
Oh my
But
goodness.
thank you all for signing on, for checking us out. Peace and blessings, and much love to the world, baby. Let's teach them how to be right. Let's teach them how to be right. Peace and blessings, baby. Your boy YTP is out of here. I'm out of here. Goodbye. I'm gonna edit that.